Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Astrid Soto, student from Faculty of Languages, and I'm currently developing my research topic together with Mario Alberto Gallardo Bonilla, an excellent academic and researcher as my thesis advisor. And I have named my thesis as The Importance of Philosophy in Education from the Socio-Educational Perspective for Students based on Epistemology of Complexity. We need to talk first of all about pedagogy definitions, since it would be absurd to talk about the subject without first defining a little, right? On one hand, the Oxford Languages definitions defines pedagogy as a science that studies the teaching and techniques of it. And on the other hand, if we look for the meaning of philosophy, it is described as a set of reflections always thinking about the cause and effect in the life of a human being. But why am I mentioning all of this? Well, I consider it is necessary to question the relationship that these sciences have one with each other. You are still probably wondering, since philosophy is a branch of the humanist and pedagogy a branch of the social science, what relates them then? Let's make it clear. This research focuses a lot on fostering reflective thinking along with autonomy and freedom to be and think. And above all, that this be something practiced in the academic environment in order that it becomes part of the student's life who grows up to finally join the labor market or form a family or simply enjoy life beyond what a technical education can offer. Then, based on the fact that the practice and teaching of philosophy represents a contribution to the development of a human thought, it seems a very reasonable idea that education begins to shake hands with it. The text emphasizes a latent problem in school environment for the student in training where it is not contextualized and related or linked to philosophize. The problem to analyze is the evolution that the concept of education has undergone. That is, for society, it seems to mean the synonym of future because that, in some way, usually ensures a better future job. So it has been lost from view that education involves much more than just preparing someone for its productivity. Education is mechanized, unfortunately. And this is considered the main problem to study because it is essential to verify that it is derived positively or negatively the attitude, commitment, dedication, and vision of the citizen. Then we have research questions. Now, as has been mentioned in previous slides, the relationship between the subject of developing complex thinking and the practice of good philosophizing is truly thin. The research questions below are made up of a general one, which emphasizes the epistemology of complexity. For this, delving into the new paradigm of complexity developed by Edgar Morin. Then, the specific questions take place, trying first to understand the concept of current education, and second, trying to understand how students perceive themselves in the educational environment and the way they learn. Then we have arrived to my premise. The premise of this research delves into the lack of human training development within the educational field at the expense of an education that prioritizes competition and performance labor production. In addition, when talking about social repercussions, the investigation ends up expanding its panorama a little bit more. When talking about taking our first steps outside home, we can find more than one problem related to the absence of humanism. Can you see the impact this has on education? It is the objective to make visible what little is said, and may this document be of help to students, parents, and teachers too, because although we are not all teachers, I'm sure that we have all learned something from time to time together with others. The population on which the study is based is undergraduate students who are studying from the third to the eighth semester under a systematic random sampling. Now we have the background of my research. I would like to share with you some of the reasons why I decided to go deeper into my research, my investigation, and well, the first one is that it was a question fed by various talks that I had with some colleagues, close friends, and professors, even professors opened to the subject, of course. And the second is that at the same time, an internal need arises to question the influence of education. This kind of education on human development due to the problems that we are living in social nature. Of course, we can't ignore the ethical aspects. It is important to clarify that at no time does this investigation attempt to reveal the identity of the participants and will keep personal data at the margin of privacy. The same in the case of the field diary. The task will only consist of observing the behavior without revealing information of the students. Philosophy in education. Next, I present my second chapter, which consists of two sections. The first one is called Philosophy in Education, and the second one, Modern Educational Concerns. So I'm gonna try to summarize this information in order to make it clear and understandable. At the beginning, it refers to a brief introduction to history of human teaching, and then going on to education in archaic times, where I mentioned some civilizations such as the Egyptian, the Roman, and the Greek, and the appeal that education had with each other. After that, some educational definitions were added, as well as some other ethic and moral concepts based on the liberating and free phase of the students' souls, something without a doubt essential. And then personal and professional training view that I approach later to talk about secular humanism as a proposal that could help to release prejudices that in many cases represent obstacles in the educational environment. And then we have arrived finally to the methodology section. For this, it was planned to carry it out using the phenomenological method. But due to the social situation, it was changed to digital ethnography. Without a doubt, it represents a challenge, but in the same way, I'm sure that digital ethnography also offers many other options that will enrich this research. And as instruments, I decided to use some interviews, some semi structured interviews, and field diaries. And well, has been a pleasure to be here with you. Uh, hoping have provided useful and interesting information. So again, thank you.